talking about injuries and dealing with injuries, and how do you sort of keep your body in check when you're putting it through such intense workouts in ultra marathon training. And as someone that's ran for 15, 20 years, I've had all my share of injuries. I'm typically a pretty rugged, durable runner. Last year I put over 3,500 kilometers on my body and had 0 injuries. This year I've been fighting just for this last month or so a bit of a knee issue. I've got what I would consider as classic runner's knee. Inside of the one knee is really sore and sharp pain. It started off kind of being achy. Now it's kind of at me every single run. So I've been trying to work on different things. I'm going to share some of the tools that I have at home that sort of help me maintain my body. But I'm at a stage now where I know that I need to get some work done on my body. I'm here at my buddy's in Calgary, Ridgeland Sport and Spine, to get some probably some ART done, some active release therapy, probably get some Graston potentially done on it, and some shockwave there. He's been really good at sort of getting me back on my feet. I love him here because he kind of helps me continue to train through injury and be smart, maybe adjust a little bit. And so I've been trying to do that, but I'm 4 weeks out from my 60K ultra race, and I want to make sure my body is in good condition.
So you got some knee pain, Ian?
Yeah.
When did it start?
About a month ago, 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I think it was from, I'm usually pretty strong, like don't get a lot of issues like that, but I think I was breaking in a new pair of shoes. I had like a 40K long run that day, and I was just kind of running on like the slush and snow, so I think just kind of aggravated it. It's just I haven't really taken my foot off the training that too much, so it's just kind of inside knee right here.
Yeah. So the first thing is traditionally, like the term runner's knee will refer to a patellar tendinopathy.
Oh, okay.
Which is
That's not this then.
No, exactly. This is your MCL.
Okay.
So a ligament on the inside of your knee.
Okay, so the good news is nothing crazy bad, which I kind of knew. And technically it wasn't runner's knee. When a runner's knee, I guess, is something like a little bit below the kneecap, like underneath. It was more to the side. And so according to my doctor in there, he says it's the MCL. Just that tendon is kind of, in his words, the tendon is super pissed. So it's just got a couple exercises, got some shockwave done, of course, as you saw. And the plan is just to get a few more sessions done, and hopefully between sort of strengthening up the hip. A lot of times I think our glutes, like I sit around a lot during the day working, and it's, kind of sitting. And so a lot of times your glutes get lazy, and that's obviously the case for me. So the opportunity here is to strengthen that up and just kind of treat that MCL that's kind of angry. So making progress. All right, so I wanted to walk you through some of the tools that I use for keeping my body in check and some of the maintenance I do myself. So before I do, disclaimer, I'm not a doctor. I'm not someone that should be giving you advice on how to treat injuries. These are just tools that I use, so take that with a grain of salt. Always talk to your own doctor before you use any of these things. A lot of these are very common, safe to use, but that's my disclaimer. But I want to show you what I kind of use. I have a few things that I have at my disposal, kind of some that are a little bit more day-to-day, some that are a little bit more aggressive, and then if it gets to a certain point where I have like an injury that just needs a bit more treatment, I'm going to go and see somebody. But I want to share sort of a couple things that I use. Probably my most favorite is the Tiger Tail. It's just basically like a foam roller. It's just a little bit more aggressive, a little harder. You can kind of get into some of those spots. The benefits of this, obviously, it helps sort of work out some of those some aches and pains if you've got knots or cramps or things that are kind of bothering you. The Tiger Tail is nice for that. You can really get into the quads and the calves. Some of the downsides is, upper body's kind of tough. Getting at your back and stuff like that's a little bit more difficult. It's probably where a foam roller comes in a little bit better, but this is something I use on a daily basis, and this saves me a lot, especially after a tough workout. I'll roll out my quads. I often get a little bit of tightness in the quads, IT bands. So the Tiger Tail to me is something I use a lot. It's easy, quick. I have it beside my bed and I use it every day. Of course, the foam roller. So I tend to use the Tiger Tail a lot more. Foam rolling is good. It's not quite as aggressive, but you can get the full body. You can really sort of lay out across it, get some different angles that you can't necessarily do with the Tiger Tail. Same thing, good for sort of promoting, sort of loosening up muscles, cramps, knots in the body, increasing blood flow, just kind of flushing out the legs, the body after intense workouts. So I do use my foam roller. This guy I will use quite a bit too. This is a foam ball, so it's kind of a hard foam ball. And what's really good about this is I use this primarily for glute release, you know, getting into those glute meets. So you can sit on the ball and really get those glutes released. I get a lot of glute meets, and I think a lot of us do from sitting around all the time. This can really dig into that spot. I find it's a little bit better than the foam roller for getting a glute release. So you just basically sit on that and just find that spot in the glute, and it really does help. The next thing I have is a Graston tool. So this is a muscle scraper, Graston tool. The way I use this is more for sort of if you've got a spot that's hurting, really sort of like targeted injury or something that's really sort of angry. The Graston tool, what I will do with this is I will put some Tiger Balm on this and then scrape the muscle. It really does help to sort of, you know, it's a little bit more aggressive also than the tiger tail foam rolling. It's more, you know, definitely more sort of intentional. I will also use this a lot on my feet. I love this for, my feet are generally pretty durable, but sometimes for things like, you know, plantar fasciitis, if your feet are starting to get a little crampy and angry, this really helps to break down that scar tissue in your feet and really sort of promote healing and stuff as well. So I use this tool, I would say quite often as well, not a daily basis, but as things start to crop up, this is a more aggressive way to sort of work out some of that stuff, break down the scar tissue. And then the last thing I have here too is I have an ultrasound machine. I picked this up at a pharmacy years ago. This again is sort of targeted for if there's a specific spot that's hurting and really sore that's kind of beyond what a foam roller might do. The verdict is out on these. I don't tend to use this a whole bunch. The whole philosophy is that it sort of promotes healing, promotes blood flow, helps to speed up the recovery if you've got sort of an injury. I find that this is like every now and then. If I'm getting to the stage of using an ultrasound, I'm probably going to go and see my chiro, get some work done. But I still do have this, and I still use this from time to time. Anyways, those are the tools that I have, and hopefully that helps. What do you use? If there's something that you have that works wonders for you, share those in the comments. I'd love to know. Again, I'm definitely not a doctor. I'm not an expert. I've just found that these have worked for me. So I'd love to hear your experience on, you know, things that you use to stay, you know, ahead of your body when you're putting the work in. What keeps you going? So let me know. Oh yeah, there's one more thing, the Ogawa Master Drive AI massage chair. I picked this up earlier this year, and this thing is a Cadillac. It's an AI chair. It learns your body over time and starts to give you this perfect custom massage. It has a blood pressure checker and oxygen sensor, so it knows exactly where you're tense and changes the massage day to day. This thing is a beauty. It's a game changer. I love it. So anyways, this is just something that I thought I'd mention too as part of my regime. Take her easy. No, seriously, get out of here.